Hey everybody, welcome back to Race of History. Today we're going to get into Sabaton, the Red Baron. This has been suggested a couple of different times, so this is the one we're going to get into. I believe it's off of their Great War album. Not 1,000% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So Sabaton, the Red Baron, let's get into it.
Nothing there in between. The flying circus on the mount from Prussia. The sky in a plane, this man commands his domain. The western frontier all the way to Russia. Just from above, you're under fire. Say the red as blood is roaming higher. Born a soldier from the horseback to the skies. That's where the legend will arise. And he's flying higher, the king of the sky. He's flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye. The legend will never die. First to the scene, he's a lethal machine. He's not the April and the tide is turning. Fire at will, it is the thrill of the kill. For invasion down with engines burning. Embrace the flame, red squadron leader. Call out his name, protect a fleeger. The game to win, the gambler rolls the dice. 80 allies paid the price. And he's flying higher, the king of the sky. He's flying too fast and he's flying too high. Higher, an eye for an eye. The legend will never die.
Okay, so that was the Red Baron. Obviously, during the Great War, this was a time period where, at the at the beginning of the war, you had the British deathly afraid of the lighter-than-air aircraft that the Germans had. The blimps basically is what they were. But this was a time period where technology is moving really fast. At the beginning of the war, airplanes not really that big of a factor, or not airplanes, aircraft in general not that big of a factor. As time goes in the war, just like with everything else in the war, the technology gets better. More people use the technology available, and so it's kind of like a trial and error thing. And then, by the end of the war, you have actually some new looking, some World War II looking aircraft. and a handful of pilots who were well ahead of the curve on their ability to fly these planes. And so the Red Baron is probably the most well known of those First World War pilots, and I mean it's because the dude was an animal. He it said on there credited for 80 victories. I knew it was something ridiculously high like that. Yeah, the name or the nickname the Red Baron is synonymous with World War One aircraft, which is kind of crazy considering you don't really think aircraft when you think of World War One. And it makes me wonder if this guy didn't exist, if the airplane portion of the war would be much more overlooked than it is. But because you had somebody that was such an ace in the air, that it brought a lot more attention to what was going on in the air during the Great War. So another great song by Sabaton. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Help me keep building the channel over here, and I will see you all next time.